Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? Like always, I hope you find yourself safe, happy, and healthy. So today's video is going to be another fall hitting video. And this is going to be like 5 essential categories with a multitude of products that I think that are essential for fall, in my opinion. Just depends on your taste. You know, we all have different tastes, different likes. But for me, these products definitely, I would say make or break a fall look. A particular fall looks. To me, fall looks are very intense, very smoky, very deep. Very jewel tone, as you saw my 10 fall palette, and I'll link that video up here in the cards. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, so if you haven't subscribed, before I get to the goodies, if you haven't subscribed, I hope you consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that like button and then follow me on Instagram. So with that, let me get into the categories. I have it all in this little box and it's just kind of everywhere. Alright, let's start with order of complexion. Why not? So I don't have any foundations or any concealers, because I just don't think that you can have a lighter base if that's what you like. That's based on your preferences and likes or taste and your skin type too. But normally for me, I like a little bit more of more coverage during the winter fall. I just feel like I can deal with that a little bit more than during the summer when it's hot and I just want the lightest bit of any kind of makeup on my face. I don't want anything too much. Just summer, the lighter the better. And then for fall, winter, I kind of pack it on a little bit more. So again, foundation, concealer, that just depends on your taste. I just wanted to explain mine a little bit. But one thing that I definitely want to touch on is a good balancing like powder. What I mean by that, like these in particular, they add a little bit of coverage, even though they're both translucent, but they add coverage in a matter of just kind of really pressing your foundation into your skin without adding any cakiness or anything like that. And the best thing about these two is that they are blurring. Well, let me talk about what they are first. That would help, right? So one of the powders is Thrive Cosmetics Filtered Effects Soft Focus HD Setting Powder, and that is literally all in the name. This is it will give you a filtered effect on the face. It is so beautiful the way it goes on your skin, and it really does make you last. I'm oily skin, if you don't know, and this keeps my oils away. And it is a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say heavy powder, but definitely more of that, you know, hard-hitting powder, whereas you don't feel it. It's very lightweight, you don't feel it on your face, but it does do the work of keeping my oils at bay and still having a soft focused effect on my skin, because I have pores, of course, all over my T-zone, larger pores because of the oils. And I have the shade Translucent Matte. I mean, it only comes in Translucent Matte, but it doesn't mattify your skin either, not in a bad way. Like, it just soft focuses that. And then the Beauty Bakery Flour powder, I have the setting powder. I have the shade Translucent also, and this is another one that's lightweight, but you can see the difference on your face as far as your complexion, as far as how it transforms the look of your foundation. Like, it just makes it soft focus, but very like, here's another soft focus powder. And the best thing about this particular one is that it comes in different shades. You don't have to get the translucent one. This comes in like 6 different shades. So for lighter skin tones, for deeper skin tones, they have a lot of varieties. They have a banana powder too. But again, the way that this makes this transforms your foundation, it just gives it that soft focus effect without looking cakey, without adding too much. And you can put on with both of them, a brush or a sponge. I couldn't remember right now. A brush or a sponge. And then another thing that I like, oh, this one's all over the place. this has great packaging. It's just the way I think I have it in my the thing. It has the powder everywhere, but the packaging for both of these is really, really good. Like this one has a lift up a cover that you lift up, and then it has netting for the powder, and I love netting when it comes to setting powder. It just works very well. And then this one, I need a more of a coverage powder, and that does the job for me, both of them, for the fall and the winter. And it just keeps my makeup, I like my foundation a little more matte during the fall and the winter, so that helps. Those two powders help with that too. And yeah, those are my one of my categories. All right, the next one is bronzer. However, a particular bronzer. I like more of a contouring or light bronzer, like a more sheer bronzer. And these, because I have tried these, two of them I've tried, and one of them is new to me, or newer to me, and I just automatically fell in love with that formula because it's so sheer with such beautiful colors that it comes with, and they're not overwhelming or anything like that where you feel like you went too overboard with your bronzer. First bronzer is going to be the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade 02 Sunkissed. I just don't feel like I need to go for that super bronzy sun-kissed look where like my face is full of bronzer everywhere, super glowy. I don't need so much of that during the fall and winter, but this is a great contouring shade and also bronzing, but in such a sheer way where it doesn't overwhelm my fall look. It adds to it, not too much. And then another bronzer is, the second bronzer is the Take Me Home Bronze by The Balm, and this is in the shade Thomas, and this is the anti-orange bronzer. Again, it's another neutral color where I don't feel like it's going to overwhelm, it's that one right here if you can't see it, overwhelm the look, but it's very sheer formula, and you can just again build it up. And I like to tone down my bronzer for this time, for this season's coming up. And then another one, or the third one that I need to mention because it's so beautiful. This whole line is beautiful. Like honestly, like I would see it and people review it, but I did not know until I got it, and then I know, and then I knew, then I knew. Okay, so the third bronzer is going to be the Nabla Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder. And this is the shade Dune, but honestly, I think I'm going to pick up the next shade down, which is, or next shade up, Soft Revenge. That one's more of a cooler tone. And like, just look at it. It's so beautiful. Like you can see it gives you that little bit of sheen to it without necessarily overwhelming, again, your face with too much glowiness. And this is definitely more of that neutral color, which is more what I like. A neutral color right there, for especially for now this time. I just like a little bit more of a neutral color. And I'll swatch all of them for you really quickly. That first one is Milani, then the Take Home the Bronze, then Nabla Dune. And I just think they're so beautiful, all of them. My next category is going to be blushes. You know how I feel about blushes. Okay, so for blushes, I learned that I like more neutral colors, more skin tone colors, you could call them, more bronzy looking blushes during the fall, or more of those burnt colors, because either I'm going with a very vampy lip, which where am I going with the vampy lip right now? Nowhere, except to film videos and be at home. I'm going with a super intense eye look, and I need a neutral shade for that, neutral blush for that, but also I can always just build up my blush and just have a lip and minimal eyeshadow, and that could also be an intense fall look. I just think for fall you can just throw it on, build it on, and it never looks too intense. To be honest, sometimes maybe just a little sometimes. But for the most part, you can just throw it on, pile it on, and you're just like, fall glam, right? Okay, so let's go in with some of my favorite neutral shades that I absolutely love. And honestly, I mean, they are high-end. I didn't include any drugstore blushes, but if you want me to give you but if you want to give you some recommendations, or you want to give me some recommendations, just let me know down below in the comments. And the first one is Buxom Seychelles, and this one is a beautiful, like, sheeny, not too sheeny, perfect neutral blush. It is so beautiful, and that's the shade right there. This is definitely something that you can wear any time of the year, but definitely for right now, this is definitely a perfect blush for having intense eye looks, intense lips. Yes. The next one is going to be actually from Natasha Denona, and it's the Blush and Bronze Glow. And this comes in a little duo, and it comes with the blush and it comes with the highlight. I like the highlight. I don't love it, but I love this color. Do you see how that's a bronzy blush shade? And again, this is like so perfect. This one is matte, but it's not a flat matte. You know how we feel about flat mattes, or I feel about flat mattes, and that's the shade right there. Again, perfect for these tones, and it's almost a little, like a little tinge of burnt in there. Just perfect for these tones, for these times. And then my third one is going to come from Patrick Ta, and then this is in the shade She's So LA. I love that name. And this one is what I have on today. I hope that the light, I try to turn it down as much as I could. It doesn't wash me out, but that is what I have on. I have the cream bronzer part on first, and then the powder on top of it. The thing that I love about this is basically you have two blushes in one. You have the cream part, and then you have the powder part, and they both complement each other beautifully. And then this formula, you can either put the cream on top of the, or the powder on top of the cream, or the cream on top of the powder, and they both work beautifully. Or you can wear them separately and it still works. This is what that looks like right there. I haven't actually tried them separately, but I plan to. And I haven't tried the other one. I just tried the regular way. But honestly, I'm excited to. This is actually one of my favorite colors. I definitely like this formula more than the first formula he came out with, to be honest. And that's what those look like. Do you see how they are bronzy shades, almost with that touch of a burnt to it? Like a bronzy, almost like just a neutral blush with a touch of the burnt to it. That's the best way I can describe it. And those are the 4 neutral blushes that I like right there. Or 3, actually just 3. I just wanted to showcase something. I mean, you can get these like neutral blushes from any, like, you can get it from the drugstore or from high-end, even higher, like more expensive than these, but just this is what I really wanted to showcase. And the reason I chose more high-end is because I had a blush video too, my top 10 blushes from the drugstore, which I should be up by now, so I'll link that in the cards too. So that actually has some great neutral blushes, and that's why I kind of wanted to go and showcase some of the higher end blushes, which I know I'm going to be using, especially because I haven't used the Natasha Denona or the Buxom in a while, so I'm definitely going to want to dig into those during this time. I'm going to start with one that's in between, that's a little bit more neutrally but also a little touch of burnt, and this is Venetian Rose by Cosmetics, and this is in their serum blushes, and we know that. Use a little dropper, and you need the smallest amount to be able to put this on. Honestly, you could probably use this for both cheeks. So that's what it looks like. Not blended, just a little drop. And then you see how much, look at that little drop, how much you got from that. Okay, now this, because particular formula, because, okay, so now this particular formula, because I am oily, I have to set. So usually I just put either a cream bronzer, or normally I do put a cream bronzer and then I'll put this, and then I'll just set with a light powder and a very fluffy brush, and just go ahead and set my whole face, and that works perfectly for me. But if you have dry skin, I'm sure you can just go in with this and just use it as such. And then another more burnt color that I really like is this Sunset Passion from Milani. Is a beautiful one of the big hit. It's one of Milani's baked blushes, and it's just this beautiful burnt like terracotta shade. It's so beautiful. Look at that. It looks kind of washed out on camera, but it's definitely intense. It's something that you would have to play with to make sure that you don't overdo it, but it's so beautiful. It's definitely that terracotta shade, and it comes in the bag formula, which is so awesome. Now my next category is going to be eyeshadow toppers, and I just have a few here, like single shadows, eyeshadow toppers. I have super soft shadows. I have these like glitter liquid glitters. Oh! And I just think that they add something special to an eye look that maybe otherwise you wouldn't get. Right here I have Camouflage from Flower Beauty, the Warrior glitter shadows. I have Bullet. I think this one's Bullet. Yeah, Bullet. It's more like a taupey shade. I have Number One from CoverGirl. It's also more like a taupey shade, but the formulas are different. And then I have Kitten Karma from Stila. I just think in general, just eyeshadows, single eyeshadows are just so beautiful. They add something a little extra special to a look, especially for fall. You always want to be a little extra, or if you just want to use mattes from a particular shadow and then top them with, you know, single eyeshadows. I think that's beautiful. I have, for Super Shocks, I have a Maze. Now for Super Shock shadows, it was hard because I could only pick a couple because they discontinued them left and right. I had two particular colors I wanted to mention, but they're discontinued, so I don't want to, because if you're like me, I'm like, ah, I want that, and then you don't have it, and I don't have anything similar, so I didn't want to mention them. I have a Little Quirky, which is like beautiful, and I'll just insert close-up of all these shadows so you can see them up close. And then I have Lala. I just think that they just add something special, like I said, to look, or if you just want to do mattes and just add this, or if you just want to do all of them by themselves, that could also work. And then I also have these amazing ones from Essence, and these are $4.99. These are the cheapest of the other ones. Out of all my single little shadows, these are the cheapest. These are $4.99. I have 02 and 07 with me. So this is like a bronzy color, and this is more like a taupey color. I love taupes during this time. Taupes and like deep bronzes. Oof. Beautiful. But like I said, I will have all these swatched, and I will insert a picture of it. Category is going to be, or the fifth category is going to be eyeliners. I do have eyeliners for like the spring and the summer, but I think just during fall it just adds that extra little special touch. And I chose all the more fall shades that I have, and again I'm just going to insert a swatch picture or swatch video of these so that way you guys can see them up a little close. But I have different ones. I just got these from Urban Decay. I love these colors. Like, I think they're so fall. And then I have these from NYX. Their NYX Full Black line, I think it's so perfect for fall right now. Like, you see, that's what they look like. And they just add a little touch of something extra. Oh, and then this one's also from NYX. I think this one's a super special color. And then I have some from ColourPop. I just pulled some just to kind of get a, kind of give you some fall colors, fall choices. But honestly, sometimes when you put an eyeliner on, especially one that kind of a little bit contrasts with the eye look, it just makes your eyes pop a little bit more, or your particular maybe undertone in your eyeshadows pop a little bit, and it just makes all the difference. Like, it really truly does make a difference. Even if you just want to do a one shadow look and an eyeliner, that I think will look so beautiful. Right now I have one of the ColourPop ones. I forgot the shade, but I definitely wanted to go with a little bit more of the bronzy gold color that I have on this part of the lid right here, and I think it just kind of matched perfectly with the look that I have on right now. I like to mix my neutrals and my warm tones and then my cools. I think just a little bit of mixture of everything just kind of makes the look come together. That's my opinion. Like, for example, I have a very more cool tone look lipstick on, but I have that So She's So LA blush on, and then I have a little bit of warm eyeshadow, just a little bit, and then the mattes are more cool tone. I kind of mix it all. I think it looks good. You let me know what you think, and that pretty much sums up my fall essentials that I'm going to be pulling into my Shop My Stashes or into videos for the next couple months. If there's anything in particular that you want me to do, or a particular color tone video look that you want me to do, like I don't know, just let me know and I will be more than happy to do it. But for now, this completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.